Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
All right, so as you just saw there, I had a really cool moment in tonight's game. I'm going to talk about this for a minute. I'll get into the game in a second. So tonight, obviously, as everybody knows, Voracek was my favorite player growing up for the Flyers. That's why 93 is the number for the end of my channel when I made it when I was 12. It's been my hockey number my entire life. Like, Voracek's always been my guy. That's just kind of how it's always been. And if you saw the last game that the Blue Jackets came to Philly January 20th, I ended up getting a picture with Jake. You see that on the screen here. And tonight, it was kind of a similar thing. I was just there early, just trying to get my spot. And I get down there, I'm set up. And it was awesome because when I saw him, as you saw the video in the first couple seconds there, he ended up saying hi and waved back. So that was cool. Did that the last time as well. He noticed that I was there. And then later I had the jersey up. And when I had the jersey up, he came by and he was like, "Do you want me to sign it?" And I didn't have a Sharpie or anything. So I was like, "I don't have anything." And I was like, "I don't have a pen." And he was like, "We have one," and one of the Blue Jackets trainers ended up pulling one out, and they had it laid out on the bench, and then they took it back into the room. Jake ended up signing it, and it says "To Chris" with Jake's signature right on the number. It's hanging up behind me, as you can see. As soon as I got home, it was the first thing I did, and I was pretty proud of myself for not trying to spill anything on top of it, as well as throughout the rest of the game. But let's get into the game. Off of the little piece of fandom I had tonight, back to the game. The game. I thought the Flyers played well. If I'm being honest with you, I thought the Flyers played a good game. I mean, they had close to 50 shots in this game, and overall, they just played really good offensively. I mean, they had a lot of plays where they were getting into the zone. They had just efficient zone time where it was, they were making plays, making passes, getting shots off. Ellsworth Lincoln's was fantastic. I mean, yeah, I kind of had the feeling the Blue Jackets were coming in with something. They lost 7 in a row before this game. Obviously, the Flyers are coming off their win against the shootout against the Rangers. Lines and everything are a little bit different in this one, though. You have Farabee with Frost and Atkinson, Van Riemsdyk with Hayes and Tippett, Cates with Lawton and Konechny. So they take Farabee out of center, and since Lawton comes back, that makes sense. And Hayes and Tippett had pretty good chemistry last game, so you keep that line together. Lindblom, Thompson, and Brown. Still no McEwen, no Sealer. Sealer could be out for the remainder of the year. We don't know. McEwen might be a concussion. Provorov and York, Sanheim, Bristow, and Yandel comes back in. Attard and Carter Hart was in net for this one. Early, again, Blue Jackets get that early goal, 1-0, and then I thought the Flyers were playing well. They had a power play, pretty good power play, had some quick movement. Tippett had a play where he tried for Frost on a one-timer, but the shot ended up being blocked. I thought the Flyers were playing well, and then Meyer would score to make it 2-0 Columbus on a 2-1. So right then and there, it was like the Flyers were kind of pretty much dominating the game, but Columbus scored on the handful of chances they had in that first period, 2-0. Flyers were going to go back, though, get a goal back, after a power play they had. Couldn't really get much going there. It was worse than the previous power play. They didn't have as many good looks. But Noah Cates would score his first NHL goal. That was great to see. Sweet pass by Brown. It was a really good pass to find him. Instead of just throwing that to the net, he held on to it for an extra second or two, finds Cates, and no mistake. So it's 2-1. The Flyers get one goal back. The Flyers had 20 shots at the end of the first period. Again, I thought they had a good period. The one thing that I've really noticed that they've been doing recently is they've been attacking with speed. And, they had, again, a good second period as well. Jackets had a push in the first 2-3 minutes or so, and then the Flyers started to play a lot better. Atkinson had a shot, Frost rebound, draws a couple of chances there, and then the Flyers get a power play. They couldn't really get much going on there. Atkinson had a shot that ended up going high a couple minutes later. Tippett had a breakaway. Then the Flyers would get a goal. Attard, the heavy shot from the point, and that's one thing they talked about. It was probably the only time he's really been able to use that shot, but he uses it. JVR deflects it in front, 2-2 game. Then Atkinson gets robbed and closed by Lincoln's late. Flyers had a lot of different chances. Lincoln's was great. So 2-2 after 2. Farabee ended up getting hurt. I personally haven't seen any update on him. We'll have to see what happens there, if Mike Yeo even has an update. Hayes with a breakaway. That Hayes line with Hayes and Tippett, and tonight it was Van Riemsdyk, excuse me. That line has had 4 breakaways in the last 2 games. Tippett had 2 against the Rangers. He had 1 again in this game, and then Hayes had 1 in the third. I mean, that's one thing that they have so much chemistry together, Hayes and Tippett. I know Frost has had some chemistry. Frost looks really good recently. And, Bill Meltzer had that tweet out earlier where it was like, he was talking to a couple of people in the organization, and that was kind of his reward. Play with Farabee and Atkinson. You get to play, first line center because of how good you've been playing recently. And I think that's great because me and Bill had kind of been talked about it recently. And basically how it's just been like he's gone like up and down and things like that. And, overall, I haven't necessarily loved how he's been. And again, I've said this before. I haven't really loved how it's been kind of a yo-yo for Frost. He's been up and down and all over the place. And they're finally giving him a shot now. And I think it's great because you can really see he's starting to really be confident in his game. And you saw that against Toronto. I thought he had another good game against the Rangers. So tonight he had some really good moves. He just looks so fast out there. And it looks like he doesn't have to hesitate as much. He can make plays quicker. He just has so much confidence. And it's flowing right now. And that's key for a young player and really all these guys. Flyers will get another power play. It was the best power play of the night. So many chances. And that was right after the Hayes breakaway. Columbus would get a power play, didn't really have much there. Flyers had a pretty good kill. And then Columbus would score on a play that ended up rolling in on Hart. Flyers would take a timeout with a minute and a half left. Not much at the end of the game was to the net, and when they had the goaltender pulled, it was all kind of just like stationary passes to stationary targets, and they couldn't really do anything with that. But again, it's unfortunate because they probably the Flyers played well enough in this game to win. But again, Lincoln's was great, and just not enough to the net late. And I know, Carter Hart's given up a couple squeaky goals recently. There's definitely been ones that he wants back, and honestly, I hate saying that because it's like I'm sure every goalie wants a goal back because they gave up a goal. But it's like some of them goals tonight, he probably, that second Columbus goal, he probably should have been able to save that. That Simmons breakaway against Toronto, that's definitely one he'd probably, he definitely wants that one back. But again, look, I'm not going to sit here and blame Carter Hart. He's been literally the only positive thing the entire year. It's nothing against him, and I really didn't even want to point it out, but I have to. He has given up a couple squeaky goals recently, but again, I don't think there's anything to worry about because, he's been the goaltender where if that happens, he earlier in the season, he didn't have a great night, and I believe the next night he had like a 40-something save, shutout. Or not shutout, he had like a 40, I think it was like a 40-something save game against Vegas back when the Flyers had their 10-game losing streak, and they ended up breaking that, the first one. And then, he's had some really good games this year. So, again, he's been one of the main positive things. But overall, the Flyers do end up losing this game 4-2. Again, thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you, Jake, for everything tonight. That was amazing. Made my night. It's a core memory that I will literally have forever. And, again, it's just awesome stuff. And, again, thank you to SeatGeek, Garrett Group Construction. And, again, merchandise, stuff like that. The link will always be in the bio as always. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon.